what we're going to focus the rest of the time today is on this thing called the segment addition postulate. And it's a pretty straightforward little postulate. And you use it all the time and probably don't even realize it, if you ever do any kind of measuring at home or whatever. Dope. Anybody in here ever do like any kind of like home improvement stuff, like you work with one of your parents and like fix up a bathroom or whatever? You guys ever done that before? Anybody have parents that work construction, that sort of thing or whatever? Guarantee you they do this all the time. Okay? If they're trying to measure out, you know, a floor plan or whatever they're working on to make sure they've got things so it's going to fit, the segment addition postulate, whether they probably don't call it that, they probably don't realize that they're doing it, but it's a way to help measure things kind of indirectly. So here's what it says. If B is between A and C, then AB plus BC equals AC. All right, and I'll even draw you a little picture next to it here that if it's not clear, hopefully it'll make it clear. So B is between A and C. Okay, so this last little part then, AB plus BC equals AC. Do you see that in the picture? Yeah. Right? The length of this segment plus the length of this segment is the whole thing. Makes sense, right? Okay. Well, here's how the segment addition postulate gets used quite often. Let's say you know the length of AB and you know the length of AC, and you want to know the length of BC. So what do you need to do? Subtract them. Okay? That's the kind of thing I was talking about that gets used quite often. Is if you want to know a measurement and you already have ones, you can do a simple subtraction and get what you need. Okay? And that's using the segment addition postulate. All right? So I'm going to do a quick example with that. So all right. So we've got this situation where N is between M and P. It's not exactly in the middle, but it's in between them. Just has to be in between them. I know the length of NP is 37. I know the length of MP is 54. And I want to know how long is MN. So what's the answer? 17. Yeah. Yep. All right. So let's try, bless you. Let's try another example. And this time I'm going to throw a little algebra in the mix. See if you guys can still hang with me here. All right, what if I did it like that? Still use the segment addition postulate for this. Oh, I should probably label those points. Let's say we've got Q, R, S. And I want to know what's the value of X. And then I also want to know what's the length of QR. So, what do you think? How could I do this one? I'll give you a hint. I'm going to have to make an equation somehow. What's equal to what in the picture here? Yeah.
It's going to be 10x minus 1. Is that the equation?
Nope. You got the right idea, though, but you didn't quite do the right thing. Yeah.
Isn't it 2x plus 5x minus 1?
Yeah, exactly. The two parts, these both add together to give you 28, right? The length of QR, the length of RS should add to give you 28. You just multiplied it. All right, so that's going to be our equation. 2x plus 5x minus 1 equals 28. And now we got a little bit of algebra to do to solve this and then use that to help us. Okay, so if we combine some like terms together here, 2x plus 5x is 7x. And then if I add the 1 to the other side, so 7x equals 29. And then we're going to divide by 7. Ew, that's not good. Well, I guess we'll just have to use a fraction. So your answer would be 29/7. And that's okay. We'll have answers later that come out like that quite a bit. All right, so we answered one part. X is 29/7. And then I also want to know what's the length of QR. So how might I find QR then? Let's have somebody else who hasn't. Yeah, go ahead. Right. So QR is equal to 2x, so it's equal to 2 times 29/7. And who's real good with fractions? What's 2 times 29/7? Yeah?
58/14.
Oh, you're close. It's not 58/14. It's 58/7. Yeah. Think of it as like 2 over 1 times 29 over 7, and then 1 times 7. Yeah, so 58/7 would be the length of QR. Yeah, good. Okay. We'll work more with that in the future. And you've got some in your homework, too, that are like some story problem ones. Just using that segment addition postulate as part of it. So, good. So that's all I got for you today. So your homework, we will get to next year. You guys have the rest of the time to work on that.